it's going to be a good day today, tonight, whatever time it is. You're all here. It's an evening show. We're just gonna chill. We're gonna talk about all sorts of stuff. Did you know AMC's probably gonna go under? That's gonna be crazy. And the Trolls, they're not gonna go under. They're probably gonna get a third movie. That's also ridiculous. And Dune's got pictures out there. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this movie. Let's get ready. Let's get started. It's the tagline. What's going on, everybody? It's the tagline. This is the show where the tagline is the title. We are the Cinefanatics. My name is Chris Adams.
My name's Typhoid Mary.
Yeah, it's Sicky McGee over there. He's trying to come down off something. It's not the thing. Don't worry about it.
It's not the thing.
It's not the thing. We're not going to talk about the thing. Can't mention the thing.
This is the worst time ever to have allergies. Now, here's the behind the scenes. I am sick and tired
of being sick and tired.
This has been a roller coaster of these allergies. I've been putting up with this for almost a month now. Like, some days I'm fantastic, everything looks perfectly fine. Some days I'm a complete mess. And
most days you're a complete mess.
Most days I'm a complete mess, and that was before the allergies hit me.
Yeah.
So, as of right now...
You sound alright.
I sound alright, but I am hyped up on so many, like, medications and drugs, and you can't see, like, the stuff I have sitting over here, like, off camera, just in case stuff goes sideways. I am prepared for this. Box of tissues and like throat lozenges, which I'll probably be sucking on those a couple of times throughout this. So
he's probably gonna mute his mic here and there. Oh yeah, that reminds me, we've got multiple mics now. So here's the deal, guys. Your first time out, we're using both of these mics. Let us know if there's any kind of weird audio issues that you hear, any kind of strange blips or echoes or anything, because we're rocking two mics and we're hoping that it sounds all right. We're not in the place where we're using headphones yet, so...
Yeah, we've noticed on the past 6 episodes of this show that
I'm quiet as mess.
Yeah, that it's really hard to kind of hear us. And it was because we were just using the one microphone that you can see here in front of me. We were using this in between us to pick up both of us, so we figured, it's a good time to get a second microphone, so we're adding a second one in.
There he is.
So hopefully this sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
Robert needs a t-shirt that says in big bold letters, it's just allergies, I don't have it.
You don't have the thing.
I don't have the thing. Not the John Carpenter thing, although at this point with all these allergies, I'd probably want John Carpenter's thing.
Which is why my hands are going nowhere near you.
Yeah.
Because I will lose them.
That probably. The funny thing though, like real quick, like funny story is, because of this, we've mentioned before that we're both still working regular jobs, but because of this, I've had to take off work a couple of times. Not that I've really felt like too sick to work, because every time I've ever called in sick to work, I feel bad.
Yeah.
Ever since being in the military, I absolutely hate calling in sick to work. So I absolutely do not want to unless I actually absolutely am sick. I rarely actually get sick. There's times like this where I just don't feel well.
Yeah.
But right now, we're in a state where like it's very easy to call in sick because you're like, and this will never happen ever again. But it's like, so hey boss, I'm not gonna be able to make it. And they're like, okay, why? I sneezed.
All right, stay home.
Yeah, stay home then. The next day, hi, I'm not going to make it today. Why not today? I had a hiccup. Yeah, go ahead, stay home. Third day. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it in. Why? Low gas mileage on my car. Yeah, go ahead, take care, get better. Like, it's so, like, and I'm not making fun of my work or whatever, but, I mean, that's the reality of what we live in. Like, I don't want to come to work with allergies, coughing, and nose running, and I'm constantly sneezing, wiping my nose.
I can't come into work. Why? I can taste the chicken I made last night.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna make him laugh, and he's gonna have to hack up a lung.
I'm gonna get into coughing fits if I laugh too much. So this is gonna be a completely unfunny episode, so that way I'm not coughing all over the place.
And there went all 8 of our viewers, which is funny because 2 of them are us with the windows open right now.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, that's where we're at, and I think it's pretty funny that that's the time period that we live in. But
yeah, it's everybody repeats it every week. It's some strange times right now.
Yeah.
But what's not strange is that we actually have movie news this week to talk about.
Yeah, movie news is slowly picking back up. I think they've decided, we're still going to need to, still plan on movies, because movies will be a thing once again, once all this is over.
Man, I can't wait to get back into a theater.
Yeah, definitely. I do have, also, before we jump into any kind of movie news, I do have one thing of, really good news to announce. I have now seen more than one James Bond movie.
Yeah.
So while I'm sitting here, completely, just my entire life flushing out my nostrils at this point.
That's so gross.
Ugh. But while that's been happening, I did manage to watch Casino Royale, mainly because you watched it the other night. You've been going back through all the the Craig...
I call them the Danny C.
The
Jimmy
Danny
B's.
C's, yeah.
The Danny C. Jimmy B's.
Through the Daniel Craig James Bond. And I was like, all right, I'll watch Casino Royale because I probably need to jump into James Bonds at some point.
I wanted to rewatch them in time for No Time to Die.
Yeah.
Even though we have plenty of time to die right now.
You have plenty of time to watch them.
I have plenty of time to watch them.
In fact, I could probably go back to the very beginning of the Dr. No with Sean Connery and watch all of them.
Absolutely true.
Including the original Casino Royale, which was a parody movie, supposedly.
Something like that. I don't know. So yeah, I've already watched Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, and Skyfall, which I know we don't have. Doesn't look like we have Tim Franco in here right now, but hey, if he pops in, we'll bring this back up again because I want him to drop some Bond knowledge in the chat again. But yeah. So I'm about to watch Spectre. I don't know if I'm going to do that tonight or some other time, but that's the one Danny C. Jimmy B. I haven't seen yet. So I've kind of been getting re-hooked into him and wanting to watch that. I've liked them all so far, all the Daniel Craig ones. I think Casino Royale is actually probably my favorite of the 3 right now. I understand why Skyfall, why Tim was saying Skyfall wasn't the best so far, even though I previously did really enjoy it. But that's a topic for, sometime when it makes sense to be talking about James Bond again.
Yeah. Also, real quick at the top of the show, we do want to point out, just like everybody else who's streaming right now, make sure you send in any kind of questions. You can send Super Chat, Streamlabs. There's the link to Streamlabs should be in the description if my younger brother filled that out correctly.
It did.
And there's
been
also
that way for a couple weeks now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And there's also the link that you can see up above his head.
Still don't have it set up for PayPal, but hey, we're working on other things.
Yeah, so feel free to send in any questions if y'all want to send any donations. If you want to see my brother shave his head,
apparently that's a thing now. People are putting in money on the Streamlabs to get people to shave their heads.
Yeah, I for one have served in the military and I've seen what this head looks like bald. Never again will this head be completely hairless.
I also, however, even though I don't... Let me start that sentence over again. That didn't work.
Please, feel free.
I've never seen my head bald. Kind of curious to see what it would look like bald. Here's the thing, though. I'm starting to get more and more frustrated because I can't get my hair cut right now. This puppy's getting long and unmanageable. It's turning into a hair helmet again, which is something I've experienced before. So I would very much... I'm gonna get to a place if I don't get a haircut anytime soon that I'm gonna be like, screw it, shave it all off, get rid of all of it.
Well, you shouldn't announce that. You should see if someone is gonna be like, hey, $1,000 for you to shave your head.
Honestly, I'm tempted to say that. Look, we're not SCN. There's no way we're gonna hit $1,000.
$5 and he'll shave his head.
There's 10 people watching. Again, 2 of them are us.
Yeah.
So there's 8 people watching right now. There's absolutely no way we hit $1,000.
Maybe not $5 to shave your head. I don't want someone jumping on that. Ooh, that sounds like a good deal. But yeah, I mean, if
let's hit 200 and see what happens.
200 to shave your head. That'll be interesting. I
No,
got the clippers.
We'll hit 200 to see what happens.
Oh. You gonna shave your chin?
Yeah, at 200, I'll shave whatever this is off my face.
In the meantime, now my hair is starting to get to the point where, I really would be contemplating a haircut at this point. So I kind of just went, straight up with the hair today. And I kind of feel like I look like I'm going to date myself here, but a 1980s action figure of, say, Human Torch or Firestorm from the Superpowers figures.
Yeah,
it looks like the molded flame on the top of their head. This is what this looks like. I'm almost certain that probably no one except maybe Garth McMurray in our chat's going to get that one, though.
Jake might.
And Jake. Yeah, possibly Jake Yacovetta.
Jake's a few years younger than you. He knows.
Yeah. Again, also, speaking of Jake and all the people in the chat, we would like to thank all of y'all for being here, hanging out. So I know, again, we've got people from the Action Army, like Jake Yacovetta, are sitting here. Was it moderating? I can't think of anymore. Moderating our chat. We also have Tyler, Garth, and I see Danny. Yeah, so thank you all for being in our chat tonight as we get this started.
We're hopefully gonna have some fun tonight because we got some fun stuff to talk about. We're gonna try out a thing where maybe we might try to make the show a little bit shorter. We'll see.
Possibly.
We'll try to cut out some time, that way we can throw everybody over to Video Drew maybe.
Yeah. Plus, we don't know how long this is going to last. So
yeah, and
this was pretty much all day today is just psyching myself up and getting ready for right now.
we gotta get you situated because I do have it confirmed now, and I'm gonna mention this off the top of the show.
Oh yeah,
We do have it confirmed. We rescheduled and reset things with him. Next week is John Roca, which means we are going to have to figure out how to do StreamYard for next week.
Yes,
Because he's obviously not flying to Austin right now and sitting here with us.
Yeah. So yeah, I know we announced before, and
It's supposed to be here this week, but
we said it in our Schmoedown reaction that Roka was going to be on here, but yeah, we've had to reschedule this.
you had to reschedule. Plus, you got sick. Just everything just fell to right now, and so
Yeah.
he's gonna be here next week. So that's gonna be a ton of fun. I can't wait to just chat with him about all sorts of stuff. Having worked in the industry as long as he has, and what he knows, and all that. So
Yep.
it's gonna be some fun stuff there. Make sure you tune in next week and bring some friends.
Yes.
We're gonna be like cowboys and outlaws and deputies and whatever. I don't know where I'm going with that. We're ready to get in some news. You got anything else you want to say?
No.
Or breathe? Was that a wheeze?
That was a wheeze.
Did you just wheeze?
I just wheezed. I'm trying not to completely hack up a lung, or like Garth was saying, cover my microphone completely in phlegm here. So
That's right. You're gonna cover my microphone with your phlegm.
yeah, it's far enough away.
Social distancing.
Yeah, my microphone is about 2.5 feet away from me.
Yep.
So
Let's get into some stuff. I still write everything out on my phone for some reason and not on the computer screen in front of me. So let's jump in here. We want to hit one of these main topics. Let's do a side topic real quick. Let's do some of the rapid fire stories, and we'll get into some of these main things.
speaking of having a lot of hair, you know who also has a lot of hair at this point? Daryl Hannah.
Oh yeah, I didn't write that one down, but yeah, let's go with that.
I just thought I remembered I was like I was figuring about talking about hair and stuff during our stream. I was like, that would be a great segue into that.
Yeah.
So Disney Plus
She got a hairy booty.
went ahead and turned Daryl Hannah's butt into our cousin It.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Get it? Okay. Yeah, so apparently she needs one of those Manscaped razors that everyone's talking about because her butt got hairy.
Yeah, so $1,000 and Daryl Hannah will shave her butt.
$1,000 in Daryl Hannah will shave her butt. But so the weird thing here is that it's I don't necessarily understand why they did that. I get it. I get why they did that because it's Disney. And
It's Disney,
how
but
Disney operates. But I also don't get it because if you watch the original, you really didn't see any skin in that either.
well, I mean, okay, so the thing is, the movie came out in 1984.
Sure.
It's been out for a while. I don't know, I get why, and I don't really want to. This didn't mean to like dive into like a deep discussion of like how conservative Disney is and why they chose to do this, but at the same time, I'm like, this is just weird. It's kind of like, how do you argue this? Because you're like, yeah, I just think that was weird, but if you like have any kind of like argument against Disney doing it, like not touching the movie, which is fine, leave the movie as is, but now all of a sudden it's like, I wanted to see that booty. Like that's the way it can almost come off, like, dang it, I wanted to see a butt.
What's that old song? Show me the booty. Give me the booty. They did it on
yeah, the SEN. Yeah. So Tim Franco's in her chat now. He missed Robert saying he finally watched a Bond movie. I watched my second Bond movie of ever, Casino Royale. So but yeah, back to Daryl Hannah's butt. They covered it.
There's not much more to say about her butt.
Well, they covered it with some really bad looking CGI too.
Yeah,
like it just doesn't fit in.
It looks like what they were trying to do got really rushed, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta do this real quick so we can get it up on Disney Plus." Yeah,
so that was weird. I don't understand. So it's kind of like, I would almost put that in the same kind of category as Lucas going back to New Hope and adding in McClunky when it got added to
McClunky.
Yeah, so
it's weird though, because, and this is going into that conversation. You flip over to, say, the Simpsons movie, which I know is animated, but you still got Bart's little dingling flying about whenever he passes through that bush.
Yeah.
Or then you go over to Thor Ragnarok and you still got Hulk's booty, which I get dude butts are funny and not sexual in any way.
Yeah.
But
which
and also
I don't know.
Hulk is animated.
I also don't know how you're supposed to cover Hulk's butt anyways. Like all of a sudden he's just got a hairy one also.
Nobody thought you'd ever see Hulk's butt, which is why they put it in the movie. Either way, I'm about done with this topic.
Yeah. How many more butts can we talk about?
No more.
No more butts.
No more butts, guys. No more butts.
Let's bring on the ands and the ifs.
Yeah. Actually, Tim's here. So, yeah, Tim, he just recently watched Casino Royale. He only did that because I recently watched it again and said he needed to watch it, so he did that. But yeah, I'm rewatching all the Danny C. Jimmy B's now. It's Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, and Skyfall that I recently just watched again. I'm gonna watch Spectre here pretty soon. So
Danny here is completely mirroring me because all I've seen is GoldenEye and Casino Royale now. So
nice. But yeah, we're trying to catch up on or at least I am trying to catch up on the Daniel Craig ones. So I'm rewatching all of those again. I've actually enjoyed all of them. But actually, Tim, since you're here, I do want to tell you that I do understand now why you were saying Skyfall is the weaker. It makes sense. I still enjoy it, but I do understand why it is the weaker of the three after rewatching them now. Anyway, that's some of the fun that you can have when people pop up in your chat.
Yeah, interacting with the chat.
Yeah. Oh, Tim says you need to watch Quantum immediately after Casino, which is true.
I started watching. I watched like the first 5 minutes, and I see that it takes place like immediately after. But
yeah, it picks up immediately.
Yeah, I get how it's all supposedly connected.
Yep.
Or not supposedly connected. It is connected.
Yeah. Anyway, so moving on from all those Bonds. So there's some news in the Marvel camp right now. Barely any news. There's a bunch of hearsay and just a couple things. First of all, Sam Raimi did confirm that he is actually going to be the director for Doctor Strange 2, still bargaining.
Yeah.
That's not the name. It's still multiverse of whatever. Who cares?
In the multiverse of madness.
The madness of the multiverse. So that's cool. It's still interesting because they were talking about how they dropped that Doctor Strange reference in Spider-Man way back when, and now he's actually going to be directing a Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Well, I remember when Sam Raimi was directing the
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were talking about different names or whatever, or what have you, for the villain. I guess it was for, I think that one was Green Goblin.
Oh, yeah.
It was for Green Goblin, like, what do they call it? Doctor Strange. No, that one's taken.
Yeah.
That brief mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now he's actually
good, but taken.
Now he's actually going to be directing a Doctor Strange movie, which is kind of funny. But on top of that, you also have James Gunn came out and said that Guardians 3 and the Suicide Squad, which I know the Suicide Squad isn't Marvel, but he's directing it, Guardians 3 and Suicide Squad are not going to be delayed. They're still on track to come out when they're supposed to come out, and
As of right now.
happen when they're supposed to happen, right? Yeah, as of right now. I mean, if we're still doing the things in 2 months, then who knows what that looks like then. But
Yeah.
as of right now, they are supposed to still be on track. And then the other one that I saw making the rounds today is that John Krasinski just had a Zoom meeting with Marvel, which, maybe he wants to direct something or produce something or more likely star in something.
Yeah, which that's the one that everyone has been asking for the most part, for him to play Mr. Fantastic now that Marvel can finally do Fantastic Four, hopefully properly.
He wasn't necessarily always my first pick, but I'm not gonna say no if it happens.
Yeah, I do like the idea of John Krasinski and especially Emily Blunt also as Sue Storm. I think that's a great casting. Again, probably not like the first picks, but I think those two together, that is good casting.
Especially if you go and you turn and you look at it and they don't have chemistry for some reason in that movie, you're gonna be like, wait, why do you not have chemistry as Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic? Because you guys are actually a couple in real life.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you've got other examples of like Quiet Place and all that, but
Yep. So I think I do like that casting if that's where this is going. I know I saw there's the image that someone created of John Krasinski's face on the cover of Time magazine saying that Reed Richards is the most brilliant scientific mind of our age, and I like that.
Yeah.
That
really
was
cool.
That was fantastic because I think they did a good job. They really didn't do too much to him to make him look like Mr. Fantastic, which
really
all you need to do is just make the white.
Yeah, they didn't do the little gray on the sides.
But yeah, I would be eager if that's the part that he's going to play, and I like that idea. And again, I feel completely okay with the fact that Marvel is now got a hand in Fantastic Four, and that they're not going to screw it up.
So yeah, the talks right now is that what are you getting coming first? Are you gonna get Fantastic Four first? Or are they gonna try to reintroduce the X-Men into the MCU at some point? Because I know there's a lot of talks about where's the MCU popping in the movies. Where's it gonna pop in? What's gonna happen there? I think the thing that makes the most sense for the X-Men though is it's going to be something connected to the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange, because you already got Scarlet Witch who's going to be a part of that. It just makes sense. She does like maybe a reverse House of M type thing. Did I get the right storyline there?
Yeah. Instead of saying no more mutants, she says everything mutants.
all of a sudden,
everyone's mutants. Yeah.
Not everyone mutants, but all of a sudden mutants, and now you have mutants popping up and whatnot. So. It would be very interesting to see where these talks go. I know we probably still got a while before we see anything really flourish, just because that's movie news right now. But really interested to see the direction of the MCU now, especially in a post-Endgame world, and literally in a post-Endgame world.
Yeah.
This one I'm gonna bring up. This is gonna be probably more your cup of tea.
Ooh, is it like warm tea, like chamomile that's like good for the throat? Because I could use some of that right now. Oh, okay. I'll just stick with the water.
Yeah. Apparently they are remaking a few horror movies out there.
Oh, yeah.
You know about these? It's Hellraiser, The Others, The Night of the Hunter, and Salem's Lot. Again, you know more about this than I do, so take it away.
So on some of those, like I just watched The Others for the first time, like a week ago or so as well. That was a fantastic movie, and I'm surprised I was able to watch that without actually knowing the twist ending. Are you just like bored of like since this isn't a subject you could talk about?
What's a horror movie?
Yeah. So I don't understand why they want to remake The Others. And I mean, honestly,
Which ones?
The Others. I don't understand.
Which Others?
Okay. That or Hellraiser.
Speaking of butts, I am one.
Yeah. I don't understand the need to remake Hellraiser either, but they have remade, say, like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, essentially.
There's
So
mo-
I guess
There's money in remaking classics.
Halloween. Yeah, I mean, you remake some of these classic movies.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Hellraiser's next on the list.
I mean, essentially, yeah.
Definitely.
But I'm also not a huge fan of the lead character, lead Cenobite of Pinhead is one of those that it's going to be hard to see anyone except Doug Bradley. Yeah. Anyone except Doug Bradley playing Pinhead, which I know the last... you're not going to know this.
Tilda Swinton, drink.
Yeah. There was the last Hellraiser movie that went like straight to video that was just terrible, and it was the first time that someone other than Doug Bradley has played Pinhead.
Yeah.
But I'm still kind of like iffy on like who else could actually do this and who they're gonna get backing behind this. I'm gonna guess this might be something that might be up like Blumhouse's alley to be able to do something like that properly.
All 4 of these are going to be under Blumhouse.
Probably. Salem's Lot I understand because
Maybe A24.
Yeah. Salem's Lot I understand because remaking Stephen King right now is hot. Hot. Just remake Stephen King.
Have you been to the nightclub?
Yeah.
The hottest nightclub is Stephen King getting remade.
Yeah. They've got everything there.
MTV's Dan Cortez.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, it definitely, I see the need for remaking Salem's Lot. Night of the Hunter, that's a very old movie. Robert Mitchum. I could see possibly the need for it because I don't think it was like a huge movie. It's not like on the scope of like just you don't touch this. But I could see like having a modern aesthetic added to it. I don't know if they would try to keep it maybe like more in the same time frame because I feel like that was kind of necessary for that movie. I'm saying all this even though I haven't seen it. But I do know, again, you know of movies that you haven't seen, so... that one I don't know. That one I really will have to sit down and probably watch that movie, and then I can probably give a better idea about it.
Alex said more impressions. I just typed in $20 Streamlabs.
Yeah.
Is that the $20 Streamlab tier? I'm kidding. I don't even know what... My impressions are not worth $20. My impressions are worth, hey, do one.
Hey, that was a good impression.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Come on, dancing man, dance for
Tickle, do it. Do it.
Do it.
Yeah. There we go. So that's why you don't give us $20 because we're going to do impressions of characters from Starsky and Hutch. The movie, not the TV show.
I could bust on do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh, now you sound like Palpatine. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, Jake Acavetta. Oh, you're on Christian Brett scale? No.
Nope. Again, we hit $1,000. I will absolutely shave my head. There's no chance we're hitting that.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Yeah, because no one, again, really cares to see you bald anyway, so.
It's $1,000.
I mean, if we said $20 to see you bald, we probably still wouldn't even hit that.
No, we'd probably hit that one, but...
That's funny.
I'm not shaving my head for $20.
Let's throw in a realistic number and let's move with this.
Hey, you guys figure out a realistic number, and I'll decide whether or not I accept that. Are we good with the horror movies? We done with that?
Yeah.
Topic? Okay, good. I can't stand horror movies. Sorry, guys. That's why you have him.
Yeah.
That's why he's here. This channel would flail if it's just me because there's a whole genre of movies that I will never cover, unless it's like Get Out or Us.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we need to watch some westerns.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, at some point.
Especially if Roka's going to be on here next week.
I'll let him do the talking about the westerns. I'm not... Roka, would you asked him that one time, what's some westerns that...
Yeah.
And he's like, you need to...
Yeah, and he covered the microphone. You should really watch... And like, all right.
Yeah, and that's... maybe we might actually get a real answer from him, because, I mean, I'll take some requests for some good westerns for sure. I don't know when I'll watch them.
Yep.
But... what else do we have here? Oh, let's go with that Dune news. I had to try to enunciate. Dune news. news.
Dune news?
Dune news.
News for Dune?
Dune news.
Dune news.
Dune news. There's news for Dune.
Apparently there's a movie coming out called Dune. It's a remake also.
Of a movie called Dune?
Of a movie called Dune. Yeah. Which was a David Lynch movie, sci-fi epic from the 80s.
Spice.
Yeah.
Got some spice.
So they released the image. I know there was the main image, I guess, that was released of Timothée Chalamet.
Being all an emo boy and whatnot.
Yeah, he kind of looked like Kylo Ren.
Yeah, he looked a little downtrodden, as the kids are saying. Never. Looking a little, looking like he listens to that Fallout Boy.
It's not a scene. It's I can't sing that song.
Yeah, no, you can't sing at all right now. But yeah, so then they also released some more images today. Yeah, like Oscar Isaac, Zendaya. Everybody and their mother is in this movie.
That's fantastic.
And I cannot, dude. Have you seen you haven't seen the cast list for this yet, have you?
I don't.
You've heard like bits and pieces.
I've probably heard of it because they have announced it like over the past year.
Let's play a game.
Name someone, and are they going to
name a celebrity, and I'll tell you whether or not they're in it.
Christopher Walken.
No.
Oh,
good
okay.
job. You won the game.
Well, that was short.
But they do have Stellan Skarsgård, and that's close enough.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, I'm Stellan Skarsgård.
There you go. Your Christopher Walken is...
My Christopher Walken is a $20. It's a $20 tier.
My Christopher Walken sounds like my John Travolta. Sandy!
Sandy!
Especially right now.
That's crazy. Chase me. Yeah, no. Rebecca Ferguson, Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Jason Momoa, Dave Bautista, Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem, Oscar Isaac, Stellan Skarsgård, David Dastmalchian. I said that name right. Yes. Just all kinds of names all up in this thing. And that's just the ones that were right there. I'm sure there's going to be others popping up later. But
and then this one was also being directed by...
Denis Villeneuve.
Okay, so that's part of it right there, because you got that name behind it.
I like how you made me say it.
Yeah. Because I just wasn't... I wasn't schmoedowning enough over here. I can't talk at all.
You can't talk at all.
Like I said, this is probably going to be a short episode, because who knows how long this is going to last.
You're not going to be able to do a French accent either.
Yeah.
Denis Villeneuve.
Oh.
I am super eager, though, to be able to sit down in a movie theater and watch this movie.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially because I just trust Denis Villeneuve at this point.
Yep.
I still need to go, I'm going to admit this, I still need to go back and watch Blade Runner 2049. Because I never caught up with Blade Runner, and I just recently, like not too long ago, like a month and a half ago or something like
Watched the first one.
Watched Blade Runner.
Yeah.
And so now I need to watch 2049. But I loved Arrival.
Uh-huh.
So I am all set and ready for, just based on Arrival, I'm all set and ready for Dune. So eagerly awaiting that one. I think it's going to be great. The pictures look exactly as I imagined the movie would look. So it's going to be a good one. Gonna be a good one.
Real quick, so Alex Shashek dropped the $20 Streamlabs saying, Hellraiser's hottest club is... Hellraiser's hottest club is the Lament configuration. They've got everything there. Torture, chains, nipple clamps.
MTV's Dan
Cortez.
Roman J.
Israel Esquire. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Alex, for that.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. We almost need to do that kind of thing. I know, like, it's feeding off of something that they were trying to do on SEN. Also, like, whenever they did the auctioneer liking the video, and Christian just pumps out something just crazy, and Brett's supposed to write down what he's gonna say and then have him say it.
Whips, chains, skinless Julia, Jesus wept, like.
What's a skinless Julia? It's like a regular Julia, only no skin.
Only skinless. Here's the thing. Once again, if you've seen Hellraiser, all the references I just made make complete sense. He's never seen Hellraiser.
No. I know about things.
Yeah.
Just not Hellraiser.
Skinless Julia. Oof. Anyways, moving on.
Human squatty potty.
Human squatty potty.
It's when somebody, what can I say? A person of shorter stature kneels down and you put your feet up on them while taking a number 2.
Didn't they do that like in Bruno or something like that?
No, that was actually...
Oh, they had him like actually...
That was actually something that Stefan said on SNL.
Oh, a human squatty potty?
He had to talk with John Mulaney, who came in as his like lawyer or whatever.
Oh, that's
to find
right.
out if he could say certain terms because they're offensive to some people.
Yeah.
So, a lot of fun. Welcome to the show where we talk about Stefan and only Stefan.
Yeah. We can make a whole show out of that.
Yeah. So we talked about horror stuff. We talked about all sorts of things. Speaking of something that's horrible.
Yep.
That was a stretch. Soul is officially now moving to the fall. I don't know the new release date. Couldn't be bothered to look up that much information about this topic, but Soul is apparently moving to the fall. It is being ejected from its summer release date and moving to where all the other movies are moving to.
So basically, it's still keeping in with the theme of Hellraiser. Autumn is saying, your soul will belong to us.
I hate you so much. No, it's keeping in the theme of we ain't got no movies this summer.
Yeah. So Soul's moving.
And so is mine.
Okay. Yeah. So this is starting to become a really jam-packed end of this year.
Yeah.
I know everyone, I've seen it on Twitter. I think you made a comment on one that, it was the first thing I thought of, and you jumped on it before I did, was people are like, so what's your favorite movie so far this year? And you're like, what, out of the 5?
I've kind of enjoyed all 5 of them.
All 5 of them? I'm like, so here's the problem is I don't social media very well. We've stated this. I see one really good opportunity for a joke, and you've taken it already. You're taking these jokes. You're in a bedroom, like, not too far away from me. Can't you just hey, brother, got a good idea if you want to, get some social media cred. Here's a joke.
No, because what happens is I make the joke, and people like it and retweet it. You make the joke, and nobody cares.
Oh, that's right.
Sometimes you just got to be blunt with them, guys. You just got to rip that Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my ideas. You just get better at social media.
Right now, I don't care.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into some of these bigger topics here. We have already talked about Dune there. So, Trolls. Or do we want to do AMC? We want to talk about the one that seems more down or the one that seems more up?
Yeah.
If you looked at the thumbnail, you'll understand that. Let's go with the negative first and then kind of try to
Bring it back up to something positive.
cleanse the palate with some good stuff.
Yep.
AMC. Not doing so good right now.
Which,
It's amazing for a big company.
well, what's weird about this is, from what I've been able to tell, we're only hearing about AMC.
Yeah.
We're not hearing about Regal, Cinemark, any other major movie.
Or even Draft House for us Austinites.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
So it's kind of weird that AMC is the one that we're hearing news about right now.
Yeah. But I think at this point, I would say that they're probably the largest chain in the country, at least.
Possibly.
And because, if you go to any of the major metropolitan areas, say like New York, I know there's an AMC over near Times Square. You go to any of these major areas, AMC is pretty much the one that is running the street corners in those high tourist areas.
I would say I think we have a couple of AMCs around us.
Mm-hmm.
I know of 2 or 3, I think, in the Austin area.
Yeah, there's one not too far. But yeah, AMC is probably one of the biggest ones. It is, for it to be having this much trouble and struggle right now, where it's seeking as much bailout money as possible. It's looking at it trying to. I'm not big in the financial side or the business side, so I don't understand the term selling your debt or whatever. But this is what I've seen in the news stories. There's a lot happening right now where this is gonna sound great. Where'd you go? You're not on screen anymore. You playing the trumpet? I'm trying not to call attention to it. No, I'm not. So,
Like a trumpet. Mambo number 5.
why are you that close to your mic?
I don't know. I just felt like doing
Just
that.
blasted everybody's ears. So you look at a company as big as AMC, and they're going through these kinds of financial struggles right now, and it's like, how does this affect our movie industry, or at least the way we view movies? Because I'll be able to juxtapose this with the news story of Trolls here in a minute, but the whole big deal with a company as big as AMC struggling, especially since they introduced the pass for the AMC movies in answer to Movie Pass, which so they are kind of the movie theater chain that you look to see what's going on with how theaters are operating and everything right now, and it is kind of disheartening to see, what's going on with them. You're obviously we all standing back here, saying like, look, whatever happens to the economy happens to the economy. We don't want to open it too soon. We gotta ride this thing out as long as we need to, as long as we need to keep things safe. At the same time, though, it's like, I really want theaters back, and I really want to be able to go back to theaters.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta play it safe, but at the same time, like, yeah, you are looking at companies that are big, like AMC, starting to fail a little bit because the economy just doesn't allow them to operate right now. That's going to be huge for the way we view movies as a whole.
And I remember hearing before that there was talks of like, will the government be able to bail out movie theater chains?
To some degree, they do.
Because they're being hit very hard right now.
Yeah.
And I know some of them are trying to make do with what they can. Alamo Drafthouse, for example, has been doing a whole bunch of like streaming Alamo at home type of setups. So I mean, they're still holding on in some form in some cases. One of my other ones that I saw is that drive-in movie theaters, which we have, I guess, just recently reopened some in the Austin area. Those are actually going to be opening here within the next week.
Interesting.
With it, I know of one in Round Rock that's going to be opening here in a couple of days. Round Rock is a suburb of Austin. It's where Dell Computer headquarters are. It's pretty much where we grew up. They're going to be doing some drive-in movies, so you could go in there. Of course, you got to stay in your car. You can't leave your car, but
and that's why.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because it brings back something of old. Like, I'm completely down with going and seeing a drive-in theater. Wonderful. My mic is still on, right? You can turn yours off, but we can still hear you.
Yeah, hopefully it's not that loud.
Anyway, I'm very interested in going to a drive-in theater. Like, obviously right now with movies not, new first-run movies not playing, no studio's going to release a movie specifically for drive-in theaters when they're few and far between.
Yeah.
So does that mean we get like some more classics and stuff that we can possibly hop in our cars and go see at a drive-in theater? Because I'm down. It gives something for you to do outside of the house where you can be a safe distance from other people. You're in your car. You're not interacting with other people, so it's keeping to all your social distancing for quarantines and stuff. And I get to go see a classic movie like I think we discussed before, like Grease.
Grease would be fantastic.
You go see like a movie like Grease in a drive-in theater. That'd be awesome. That's an experience.
I know the one here they're going to be showing. I was quickly perusing it. They're going to be showing like Princess Bride, Dazed and Confused, The Goonies.
Into this.
Like this is fantastic. I'd be down for going to the drive-in to see these movies.
100%.
The only problem is do you want to be in a car next to me when I'm all over the place?
I don't want to be in a car next to you when you're not.
You're like, I don't want to be sitting at the table across from you while you're doing that.
Yeah.
On a live stream.
So, I think that's interesting. But, I mean, you're still looking at a situation where, like, we've talked about this before, where big-name movie studios are still going to be supporting theater chains. The question is like, how many chains are going to be around for them to support?
Yeah.
That's the new conversation we're having about this now because, as like Universal or Disney or Paramount or whatever, WB, you can say like our commitment to theater, the theatrical viewing experience is still is still there. We're still going to be fully committed to doing this. But, AMC fails and has to shut all of its doors for good, and maybe some of these other chains not too far behind. That's gonna leave a void. It's gonna cause an issue where there's not gonna be a theater to go see these movies at, which is terrifying for those of us who are like really into the theatrical experience. So I mean that's kind of the negatives right now. We're hoping that I think AMC as a big chain is going to be doing some things. Again, I have no idea on the business side and finances of a company that big or how that works. I know that they're probably going to be doing some stuff to be able to...
They're talking about the stuff in the chat.
Yeah.
Some stuff.
That word just hit my head. They're going to be doing some things. They're not talking about the thing. Where they could probably try to save themselves, or maybe the government is able to send a bill out to theater chains.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm really going to be kind of closely following here in the next few weeks, just to see what happens with that. On the flip side, though, you have the other opportunity for movies other than theatrical releases, which is streaming, video on demand.
Yeah.
That is an opportunity for movies to hit now. The problem is that you're not going to get as much of a return on those as you would, say, if you release them theatrically.
And that might be the thing, and this is what I was kind of curious about in regards to this Trolls World Tour.
Mm-hmm.
So the first Trolls movie did well enough to warrant a sequel, but then they just sent this straight to video on demand. The news on this is the highest performing video on demand.
Yeah, it hit record.
But that's because that there has never been a theatrical movie. For all intents and purposes, it was originally supposed to be released theatrically, shoved to video on demand. So there's never been a major first-run movie ever sent to a video on demand service like this.
Yeah.
So that's really kind of like and it's also a family movie. So that kind of helps. I mean, everybody in the household could watch it. We're not talking about like these body melt movies like they're talking about in chat where no one except maybe the one weird person in your household can watch it.
There's a reason I'm not looking at the chat right now.
I know. I don't want to talk about those, but
not going to be able to answer anything about it.
Yeah. But this is a movie for the entire family, so that definitely helps. Everyone can just sit down and have a family moment and watch this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious as to what would have been the difference compared to how it would have performed in the theater.
Yeah.
Are people more inclined to want to watch this at home and instead of going to the movie theater? Also, you're talking about if you have an entire family, if you got like a family of 4, you're talking about like getting this movie for say like $20 video on demand.
All 4 of your
all 4 of you watch it for $20 when it would have cost y'all like $40-$50 to go see it in the movie theater, not including like any concessions.
Yep.
I mean, there's a huge value there to that. So did that kind of help boost more of the sales?
Yeah, so, I mean, you go back and you look at the numbers, say the box office numbers. I believe what I saw, and I can be corrected on this if I'm wrong, it's fine. The original Trolls movie had made about around 45 million or so in its opening weekend.
Yeah.
Pretty decent for that movie. It was a new property. No one was really expecting too much from it. Whereas Trolls World Tour made roughly about half that, just from however they track money from video on demand. Both, I guess renting from, I guess how you said it's like a $20 rental fee or something.
Yeah,
and it made half the amount of money.
So not that bad for a video on demand for a first run movie.
But I wonder how much precedent do you have to base that off of? How do you look at that and you're like, we could have done better.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you were able to release theatrically, you definitely would have done better. But it's interesting because it did hit that number. It did hit the demand record for video on demand movies. So what numbers do you look at? What do you figure and think about when you're judging that and basing off? What are we going to do for future movies right now? Is this a viable source for us to release our movies directly to streaming over, say, putting them in the theater? Does it make more sense?
But still, like, even if that's the case, I guarantee there's absolutely no way you're ever going to see, like, say, Black Widow is going to go straight to streaming.
The only way that would happen is if Disney absolutely had to get it out based on how the MCU timeline and schedule for releasing movies works. But they've already shown us that that's not the case. They can push it to the later half of the year and they're going to be fine. They'll just push everything else back too.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, because you look at other big releases like Soul, you look at Mulan. These are still being released theatrically, but at what point do you say that's going to video on demand too? You have an example right now coming up for Disney with Artemis Fowl, which has already been delayed, but it looks like Artemis Fowl is going to be pushed to Disney Plus instead of released theatrically.
And what does that say about the studio's, I guess, backing of that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this Trolls one, that was what, DreamWorks?
I believe so.
I mean, I feel like they had good faith in their Trolls property. I haven't heard, like, too many reviews of this, but again, I'm not really the demographic for Trolls, especially because they don't look like the little dolls, so you lost me right there off the bat. They don't have little jewels in their belly buttons.
They have the same head shape and they have crazy hair.
Hair, yeah. But when you do something like that, like say Disney releasing Artemis Fowl, we've already seen Artemis Fowl get pushed back like a year.
Yep.
And then they're like, yeah, we're just going to throw it to streaming. Well, I mean, that doesn't sound like much confidence in that particular movie or property.
Mm-hmm.
While something like Black Widow, they're like, yeah, we're going to hold on to that because we know this is good. And we, as an audience, know that Black Widow is going to be good. We've been following the MCU for a while now, so. But Artemis Fowl, yeah, who knows? Kind of the same thing when I was wondering what would happen if New Mutants gets thrown to a streaming service.
Which at this point, can we just do that?
Yeah, I mean that just because I want to see it.
Yeah, I mean at this point, I'm just interested in seeing. Interested in seeing New Mutants happen.
Yeah.
But you know, that's one that's been out and delayed so much that. Yeah, we just need to see this now. But I think they're still pretty committed to releasing that one theatrically because that's nothing but profit for Disney on that one. When they bought 20th Century Fox, when they bought Fox, they purchased the rights to the movies that they already had in production.
Yeah.
Which Fox spent all the money on. Disney didn't spend any of the money on that. Now, you can say it balances out with the amount of money that Disney spent buying Fox. But you make a return on a movie that you didn't spend money on. That's nothing but helping kind of fill in the profit loss when you bought Fox.
Yes, and the fact that it's based off the X-Men property is what's going to help bring people into the theater to watch it, and that will help.
Yeah. So it's a really interesting situation right now where you're seeing like it's a successful formula for some movies. And it could be successful for other movies that they haven't released yet. But also, it's like, long term, I think theaters... I don't think the theatrical model is going to die anytime soon outside of the situation that we're just in right now.
Yeah.
Outside of an outside force, a third-party source coming in and shaking everything up, I just don't see streaming overtaking theaters really ever. Except for this case.
Yeah.
I would love to highlight some of these comments in here now that Garth has dropped in here at least, because he's gotten some pretty good ones. Apparently, you action folks in the chat decided to hijack this entire chat in some capacity. Are they talking about cheese? They're talking about cheese.
Well, so the whole thing started with talking about melt movies, which we don't need to go into too much description here.
It's not my kind of movie.
It definitely is not. But... yeah, Alex was asking what's a melt movie. Tim Franco in our chat he's done a very good job of describing what a melt movie is and given really good examples of them. All of the examples he's given I have seen, and I wholeheartedly back every single one of them. I love The Stuff.
And I will not back any of them.
Actually, you could watch The Stuff. The Stuff would probably be okay for you.
Sure. I've got higher priority movies on my list right now.
Well, the Stuff is good just because of the lead guy in that. his character's name is Mo, and throughout the entire movie, he's introducing himself as like, "Hi, my name's Mo. They call me that because every time somebody hands me some money, I want some Mo." Like, he says it exactly like that throughout the entire movie, and it's
your congestion
hilarious.
helps that impression a little
It
bit.
does. It actually does very much. But I love him.
So I bring this up because Garth dropped the comment, "Who moderates the moderators?"
Yeah.
Which Danny very quickly said, "The Watchmen." It's a nice "Who watches the Watchmen?"
Who watches The Watchmen?
I like that. But Garth also said that he likes that Patty put her foot down and won't release Wonder Woman 1984 on streaming. If it has to get moved again, she's okay with waiting until summer 2021 to be in theaters. And you know what? I'm for that. You know, I very eagerly want to see Wonder Woman 1984. I really liked the trailer to that. I thought it was a great trailer. If we have to wait till next year to see it in theaters, I'll wait till next year to see it in theaters. I think it's going to be good. So.
Yep. I want Mo. See, Tim. Tim knows. They're saying, like, so Frosty the Snowman is a melt movie?
That's
Well,
the other one.
technically, yeah.
I mean,
It's
it
when
literally melts.
when Cinder Kelly melts on the table in X-Men, is that a melt movie? Well, I mean, I guess.
Do we call that melting?
He just kind of turns into water and just, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, he says it literally every time he meets someone. Yeah, throughout the whole movie, he's saying that phrase. It's so funny.
Parr said in November, it's No Time to Die, Kong vs. Godzilla, Black Widow, and Soul. Here's the thing. I forget that Kong vs. Godzilla is supposed to come out.
We haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah, I haven't seen a thing from it.
Like, all marketing has stopped. And I think we've talked about this before, but we've gotten to the point where it's like, why bother wasting the money on marketing when you don't know for certain if your movie's going to be able to come out at the time your marketing says so?
Yeah.
Like we said for Fast and Furious 9, is that they've already built up, they did that whole thing where they did this massive concert, and then they released the trailer, and
Posters and all that.
posters, everything, all this marketing material came out, and now it's being delayed for a year, which means you now have to basically start over again with marketing. Mm-hmm. All that marketing you did before, people are going to forget about it.
We're going to see the same trailer again around the same time next year.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, you don't want to release any of this marketing material because is it going to be a waste of money? Are you going to have to start releasing more and more as far as it goes out? Mm-hmm. The downside, really, for this is that means that as this starts clearing up, a channel like ours that is constantly doing trailer reactions,
It's going to have a lot of work to do in the latter half of the year.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of trailer reactions to do, and it's going to be fun to throw all this together.
We're going to have to work double time. I'm going to have to actually edit some videos this time.
Possibly,
Which
yeah.
Which I have experience. I've done that before. I did it for our Onward review and the Way Back review.
Yeah, because there was so much all going on at that particular weekend.
And now it seems silly because we could have just waited and watched Onward on Disney Plus and done it at our own leisure.
Yeah, but it was great seeing that movie in the theater.
Yeah, it's true. It is very true. Again, I'm completely all for the theatrical experience, so I'm glad that we got to see any movies this year in the theater at this point.
Just wish we could have probably passed on Bloodshot.
Yeah, again, welcome to the Cinema Fanatics, where we are very much disappointed that the last movie we saw in theaters was Bloodshot.
Yeah.
I would have preferred Sonic.
Yeah.
Because Sonic was fun. But
Dude, that's actually been what Bloodshot came out, Valentine's Day weekend? Or no?
No, that was Sonic.
That was Sonic.
Yeah,
So Bloodshot came out,
beginning of March.
no, it was at the end of February.
End of February, beginning of March.
It was like the week or two after Sonic. And then it was pretty much by then was, right after that was when the theaters, because they had already pushed back No Time to Die.
Yeah.
By the time Bloodshot came out. And we're like, wow, so all these movies are going to start being pushed back. Bloodshot's still coming out in the theater, so we saw Bloodshot, and that's what we were questioning, like, were people really going to go to the movie theater at that time? And then it was right after that, just pretty much all movies gone.
That's what I'm saying. It was like right at the beginning of March that Bloodshot came out, because it was right after that everything just started getting shut down completely.
Yeah.
Gonna have a lot of work on our shoulders by the end of this year, which, look, I'm not complaining whatsoever about that. It's gonna be a lot of work. It will, for this channel. I'm just gonna be happy that there's work to do in this case.
Oh, absolutely.
We're gonna see 3 or 4 movies a weekend. We gotta see 3 or 4 movies a weekend. I'm gonna be so happy to sit my butt firmly in a movie theater seat every single time. That's what I'm saying. Like, legitimately, gratitude of what we experience day to day is gonna look so much different on the other side. It's like there's the argument that you take things for granted every day that you get to experience in a common everyday day. Now it's gonna be like, I never thought I would love this theater chair as much as I do right now. I just want to sit here and hug it and hold it.
Yeah. Just as long as it's not a screening of Cats.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Even if Cats was the only movie coming out this year, I
still wouldn't go see it.
I still wouldn't go see it. It was just awful. Just awful. So I think that's gonna wrap up pretty much most, if not all, of the news right now. I think we can, if we want, we can chime in a little bit on some of the Schmoedown that happened this week. Guys, go ahead and get any questions that you have, anything you want to send in through Streamlabs, Super Chat, all that in right now. We will probably be calling it a shorter show than we normally do this week, but yeah, we want to go ahead and get into the Schmoedown stuff, so start sending in any questions and stuff right now, and we'll hit them up after this talk.
Yeah.
Now, for those who are watching and do not know what the Schmoedown is yet, I feel like a lot of y'all should start knowing this by now. I'm not even really talking to you guys who are live in the chat right now, because I know every single one of you who are live in the chat right now know exactly what the Schmoedown is. But for those who are watching this on a replay and you have no idea, it's movie trivia if it was mixed with wrestling storylines and like UFC type rankings. Yeah. A lot of really fun stuff there. It's basically movie trivia if movie trivia was a sport. Real competition where you're trying to see who knows the most about movies and who plays the game the best, with character work, all that kind of fun stuff. It's definitely worth checking out. We are big fans of the Schmoedown, so on our shows we will always point people over to the Schmoedown Entertainment Network to go subscribe, check out their videos over there, and support them all day long. But yeah, I want to go ahead and touch on the match this week because it was a big one for fans everywhere. Jader Paramo finally made his debut match from winning the fan fatal 4-way thing in Orlando, which I was super looking forward to because I just want to see, because when Christian started announcing this and talking and putting out the golden tickets or what have you
for the Willy Wonka,
not the Hot Wonka, but the Willy Wonka. Hot Wonka's different. For the Willy Wonka stuff. It was like, okay, cool. He's saying that we might find the next Dan Murrell from this. In which case, it's like, oh, how cool of a story would that be if we did? And then you fast forward to now, and you have Jada Promo versus Brittany Young, which we also need to talk about Brittany Young, too, because she is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the Schmoedown as well. But you fast forward to Jada winning his first match, and that's a good story in the making.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty excited to see what future he has in the Schmoedown now that he's won his first match.
Yeah, he did very well in that. There was definitely like a little bit of like new to the lights type of scenario, but not as bad as like other new to the lights that I've seen before. But he did very well in that first match. And for the most part, I mean, Brittany has been on there before participating in a Glow celebrity match. Mm-hmm. So she's been on the Schmoedown. She sat under the lights before. But I believe Jader just came in. I don't know what like Brittany's like studying was for this, if she did or didn't, but
she talked a little bit on because both of them were on backstage today. She talked a little bit about it, how there's some stuff that she went over and other stuff that she just operated off the I just feel confident about this type deal. So that she covered a little bit of it. Jader covered a little bit over what he was doing. He said that he was like nonstop studying since October. So he's been preparing for months to jump in there and get ready.
Yeah, so I know his studying, he was getting ready to like go fight and go to battle with this, but yeah, I'm trying to look for the lists here that Alex is asking about.
Oh, all the exhibition matches.
Yeah,
Because there's going to be some good stuff coming up here pretty soon. Real quick, Garth said when you said this week, I was worried for a second you were going to talk about the Robert Parker versus Ace match. No,
we will talk about that next week.
Honestly, and I'll give the little behind the scenes. Typically, I don't like doing it, but I'll give a little bit behind the scenes. Usually, with the way our schedules have been working, we don't watch the match until probably about Wednesday.
Yeah, so
at least Wednesday. We just don't have opportunities all that often, especially right now while you're not feeling good, and it's a kind of hit or miss each day as to whether or not you feel good enough to be on camera or not.
Yeah, because we kind of had to force it that one time. We just ran out of time, and we had to force that one where I didn't have a voice at all.
Yeah, we did that one super late. But as far as the Patreon matches, we usually haven't watched them by the time we do this show anyway, so it doesn't make sense for us to talk about a match we haven't seen yet. Very much looking forward to seeing it. I'm excited to see Robert Parker's debut, but we'll probably end up actually recording our reaction to that tomorrow or Thursday.
Yeah.
So just based on the schedule, because I know we definitely want to watch Schmoebates this week too. Because if you don't know Schmoebates, we'll give a plug for C2A here because we like doing that. It's going to be Kaiser versus Kevin Smets this week.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun
both
show.
of whom are fantastic people.
Yeah.
Fantastic characters.
Yeah. And I love both those guys in real life, too. They're both a ton of fun to hang out with and talk to. But it's going to be a fun Schmoebate. So, guys, for those of you who aren't actually part of Action, which most of you are, go over to Call to Action Podcast, subscribe, check out Schmoebates this week, check out the past Schmoebates. There's been a lot of good ones, so I'm excited for that one tomorrow.
So still haven't been able to find like the full list, but there is. So I found a post on.
Garth said check Facebook Messenger.
Oh, well, looky there. There we go. Ooh, that's a nice long list.
They got some really good ones coming up. I'm pretty excited. I know they're all going to be done over StreamYard, which is, it's hit or miss based on people's, internet connections and all that. But I do like that the exhibitions don't count towards anyone's actual records. But they are literally all matches just for fun that we're doing right now just because we have to fill in the space at the moment in time. But any Schmoedown is better than no Schmoedown. So
I see that. So there's like the championship one.
That one's gonna be a good one. So you got Dan Merle versus Roca versus Smets versus Alex Damon.
Everyone who's holding a belt right now. That's gonna be a good match right there.
The questions are supposed to be like intermixed, so it's gonna be a little bit of inner geekdom and Star Wars with a little general knowledge. So that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. There's also the James Bond. Which is going to be, of course, Mike Kalinowski. Emma Fyffe is participating in that one. I didn't know Emma Fyffe was a James Bond head.
She knows some Bond.
And of course, we got Tim Franco, who's in our chat. And
go figure. Who knew that guy was going to be in a Bond match?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Brad Gilmore.
Yeah.
Which we didn't know that Brad Gilmore was big into this until...
January?
Yeah, until we did the reaction with him.
Which, for those of you who have not seen our season opening reaction of the New York Live event that we actually did with Brad Gilmore at Booker T's World Gym Arena in January, we literally drove 3 hours to Houston to shoot a Schmoedown reaction with him. He does divulge some very interesting information, including the fact that he was going to be in a Bond exhibition match.
Yeah.
So, with the 4 individuals that we've mentioned.
Yeah,
him included. But so that was very interesting information that we knew back in January because he said it in our video.
So MCU Championship Exhibition match. That's one that I would say that would have been fun for us to participate in because I know we both are pretty well versed on MCU. Was it Winston Marshall, Eric Zipper, Jay Washington, and Sean Gerber all participating in that. And I feel pretty confident saying I could probably take all of them on.
Including Sean Gerber. That's the only one I'd really be super frightened about.
Yeah.
Just because he dominated so much in the prior one. They're talking real quick, saying that they're thinking they're Patreon exclusive. They are for a while. They're Patreon exclusive, and I believe Christian said they would be released to the public in May, following the last actual in-studio match that was filmed.
Yeah.
After it airs to the public, then all these will start coming out to the public, because they're gonna need something to give to the public during the time when we still don't know if we're gonna be able to go back to the studio and have more matches filmed or not.
Yeah. Real quick, Movie Fanobi with the $1.99 super chat. Adam's family values and taglines. Hello, man. We do have our values.
And we do have our taglines.
I also do appreciate the fact that you spelled Adams with the 1D this time. I mean, everyone else usually spells it with the 2Ds. Not that I'm saying you have a habit of spelling it with 2Ds.
Because, again, okay.
Back to the list. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, no. I'm not participating in a Lord of the Rings exhibition.
Say participating, but we're still going to do reactions to these things.
Yeah, that'll be. This is one I actually would love to be a part of. Is the Back to the Future. So Kevin Smets, Mark Andreyko, Frankie Numbers is going to be in there. Frank Janish, and of course Brad Gilmore, whose book just came out today.
Oh yeah.
So his book Back from the Future, available at all the places you get your books at, pretty much.
Except for the actual physical stores, because you can't go to them right now.
Pretty much.
But they will be there when you're able to.
Here's the thing. The only thing I would question myself on is I know Back to the Future like very well. All three movies I know very well.
How well?
I don't know if I know it well enough. More well than someone who actually wrote a book on it.
Yeah.
That would be the intimidating factor on that one.
That'd be fun to watch. I can't wait to do the reaction to that match to see how you stack up against Gilmore.
Yeah. New release Fatal 4-Way, Perry Nemiroff, Dan Murrell, Brendan Meyer, and Paulo Yama. That will be a fun one to watch as well, again, because we rarely ever see Perry.
Yeah. We haven't seen her probably since the actual last Jurassic Park exhibition match that they did.
Yeah. With, was that Cody Hall?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I think they're doing again.
And then, of course, there's also they're doing a horror match now instead of waiting for October. I am always down for the horror one. Every time they do it and I'm playing along with it, I usually am lasting about as long as Bibiani. So I would be eager to participate in a horror exhibition match. Super eager.
Just so we're clear out there, understand right now that the Cinefanatics basically just said that whenever they are able to make a team debut, if and when, watch out for Marvel and horror categories.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Spilled the beans there, I guess.
Well, I mean, we have about
a lot of game tape.
We have 2 years of game tape of what we're good at, what we're not good at.
Game tape.
Yeah, so I mean, people could go back and see. I'm not trying to hide anything at this point. Go look at my Letterboxd, whatever. You'll see what I've seen. Just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean I don't know it, though.
That's the dangerous thing about Letterboxd for a lot of people who are wanting to compete in the Schmoedown is, hey, all of your stuff is right out there in the open. Unless you're somebody like a Bibiani or somebody or a Dan Murrell who, guess what? They know everything.
Yeah. Again, that's the thing with it, is just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean you don't know it. I've answered plenty of questions on doing Schmoedown reactions about movies I haven't seen. You have too. Especially if you answer a horror movie question.
I knew Crawl.
Yeah. Rom-com 4-Way. Yeah, probably. Jurassic Park. That would be a fun one to do as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll answer some questions from the first 2 Jurassic Parks, maybe Jurassic World, but don't ask me any questions from Jurassic Park 3 or Fallen. Who cares?
Yeah, Fallen. Who cares on that one? Yeah. Movie release dates. I mean, I'm not trampling on that one. That has to be Ben Bateman and Scott Mance.
I might actually legitimately do some kind of studying before we do a reaction to that.
That would be fun though,
just to see if we can hang in there.
Rocky. That's another one. I feel really good about Rocky, but I'm not going up. I would not go against Christian or Roca on Rocky.
No, not at this point.
Sports. I wouldn't say I'm really good at sports either.
Literal sports or sports movie knowledge.
Sports movies.
Either one, he's not good at. Unless that sport is... How are you at bowling?
I don't like Kingpin. That was not... I don't think...
I'm not talking about sports movies. I'm talking about legitimately, how are you at bowling?
Yeah,
okay.
Gotta like a sport. You could drink a beer while participating in the sport, though. So
I think the ones that I'm looking forward to the most are going to be that movie release dates, the actual championship match. A lot of those I think are the ones that I'm going to be more interested in, just because of the level of competition that we know is going to come from. We know specifically is going to come from those. At this point, I am eager for Bond as well, because I think not only do we finally get Tim Franco versus Mike Kalinowski in a Bond match, we get to see how Brad Gilmore stacks up at the question desk this time, instead of just sitting next to us in a reaction video or just chatting on
yeah, because that was the thing is before that reaction, we haven't really seen Brad Gilmore play or react or answer questions.
At all.
He's always just been commentating on the rundown. So with our reaction was the first time you got to see him kind of like participate and play, and now he actually is going to be sitting at the table answering questions. So that'll be interesting.
Alex said there's an echo. Garth said there's an echo. What'd you do?
I don't know.
Stop turning off your mic.
Okay.
Flip it back over. Let's. Luckily, the show's almost over.
So I don't know where there is.
Don't say anything for a second. Your mic is doing something.
Well, okay then. So I'll just turn my mic down just a little.
Turn it off and turn it back on again.
Okay.
How's that sound, guys? Let us know if there's an echo on that still. I love being one of those shows that has audio issues like other big name shows.
I mean, you got to work out the kinks as they go, so.
You gotta work out the what?
Kinks.
That's not this type of show.
Yeah.
We're brothers. You don't do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Better. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Good. Sound like Popeye there. Good.
Yeah, that's not one of your $20 impressions.
No, that's a I pay them to be able to do that impression.
Yeah. Can I do a Popeye impression for you?
I'll pay you $20 to let me do my Popeye impression.
Yeah. Your Popeye?
My Popeye.
Oh. Like your chicken pot pie?
The sickness got your ears all mixed up there.
Oh, that and I'm hungry.
So the other thing I want to...
The downside is I can't taste any food either with the allergy stuff, so...
Yeah, you got to make sure, because we know that not tasting things is definitely a significant symptom of
I don't have a fever, so I should be okay.
Yeah.
But what's funny is, like, pro tip is, when you have allergies and you can't taste food, feel free to knock into your freezer burned frozen veggies that are in your freezer that have been there for a couple of months, because you can't taste them anyways. Might as well.
I'm not going to eat them, because I can taste.
I mean, I've just been going at frozen veggies and chicken breast. Just no sauce, no seasoning, chicken breast. Like, I can't taste it. Might as well just knock it out and save all the sauce and seasoning for something else once I can taste again.
Sure.
So that's been nice.
Welcome to the Cook-a-Fanatics.
I do like cooking.
No, the last thing I want to talk about that happened in this match this last week was the return of one...
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Finstock. Which, here's the thing, the faction's called the Finstock Exchange, so we really can't play with the idea that Finstock and Tom Dagnino are separate entities.
Yeah.
They are the same person. It's just that now he just happens to have his mask back. Which I have no idea what that means, because there's multiple factors here that you got to look at. It means something in terms of, what does Dagnino do now that he's got his mask back? Does that change any of the way that he operates or does anything? Is he gonna slowly move back into being a heel again, or what? And what does that mean as far as Guy was the one who gave him the mask? Because there's a lot of talk you can do out here saying that Guy gave Finstock a gift to try to butter him up to maybe recruit him onto the Finstock exchange. Which I don't think I need to explain to all you who do follow the Schmoedown why that's a big deal. Fill in the blank here. You understand why that's a big deal, right?
For
Guy being on the Finstock exchange, you got to pay attention to me.
yeah, because that could potentially partner him back up with someone.
Yeah, Mark Riley.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Guy and Riley. They both have dogs, so that's a team I'm eager to see. No, it's because Team Action could possibly make a resurgence. You're gonna mess up the audio again.
Oh yeah.
Stop turning off your mic. Or we're gonna have to end it if there's another echo. Yeah, so I'm very interested in seeing what happens with this whole Finstock resurgence. I love the cutscene.
Yeah.
Just the cutscenes in general. I'm the guy who doesn't want that guy to hold the mask back from this guy and that guy, and like, okay, that's pretty good. But then that like 70s pulp.
Oh yeah, with him having the mask on, hanging from the ladder, and like Finstock is back.
Yeah, it was kind of it. You see like the quality of cutscene that they're gonna start producing now, and I think part of it is definitely the Skybound influence that's coming in there. They want to step up like the cinematic quality of a lot of these things.
I want to say some of this is also due to Eric Rodriguez's editing.
Yeah, and he definitely comes into play also because since he's fully taken over the entire Schmoedown, he's got he's gonna have his way essentially with how some of the editing goes on a lot of this stuff. So it is partly on Eric's shoulders as well that we see a more cinematic edit of a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, like his flavor, his like little nods, like that's definitely a nod to like 70s exploitation type movies.
So I think there's a lot of fun stuff that's going to be coming down the line, and hopefully we get to return back to like studio matches here sooner rather than later, so we can get back into the swing of things.
In a movie theater.
Just
normal.
Be able to hop on an airplane so we can go back to LA again and hang out with all the Schmo friends.
Yep, all the Schmo friends.
All the Schmo friends.
Yeah. So that's about wrapping up. Do y'all have any other questions for us? Anything y'all want to pop up in the chat, Streamlabs? We'll check those again real quick. Yeah, so again, next week we are looking at, we're probably going to do this as a StreamYard setup next week because we'll have Roka.
A little bit of a different setup than normal.
Hopefully this is all cleared up finally.
Yeah, hopefully everything about
so tired of
everything
this.
about that changes.
Yeah, because I'm just completely like kind of out of it. And yes, thank you for the joke. We know. I get it. Yes, funny. Anyways, so hopefully, there a lot of stuff clears up.
Yeah.
And it should be a lot more clear and concise, especially on my end. Because now I do feel completely congested and stuffed up compared to when we started this.
Yep, and you sound it too, especially with that little blip.
Yeah.
So yeah, excited to have Roka on next week. So guys, come back for next week. We will be able to do the fun chats with Roka. We're going to talk movie industry stuff. We're going to talk movies in general. We're going to talk Schmoedown. We're going to talk all the stuff with the Outlaw, and that's going to be a ton of fun. Also, I will say this. I'm going to try to hopefully have it up and ready to go next week, but I spent a good portion of today working out the kinks on a Patreon. So that's going to be coming here pretty soon.
Well, we're going to have a Patreon?
We're going to have another opportunity for people to give us money for videos? Sure. Yeah, that's coming. We've been racking our brains over the last I don't know how long trying to figure out what tiers look like for us and everything. So,
and here's the thing: there's actually a couple of those the stuff that we're offering in the tiers. It's not so much that we want this as an ability for you to give us money, because I mean, I'm not the type of person that's constantly give me money, and that's why they call me Mo, because every time someone gives me money, I want some Mo. I'm not Mo. But there are some of the stuff that we have planned for the tiers that are just going to be fun to do.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we have this Patreon platform that will give us the ability to make that exclusive content that's going to be fun. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a blast to put it together. It would almost be something I'd want to do and put together even if no one's signed up for our Patreon. I mean, it helps that if people sign up for the Patreon.
Because it gives us the ability,
It gives you credibility.
Well, yeah, sure. It also pays for the ability for you to take the time to actually do a lot of the content that we want to do on Patreon. So, a lot of fun stuff, a lot of good community based stuff coming up where we get to hang out and talk with folks and all sorts of stuff. So,
Garza, $10 tier, and you get my used tissues. I mean, if you think my snot is worth $10 a month, hey, I mean, that's cool. I guess I never really thought that my phlegm could be worth something.
That means a $50 tier, you get mine.
Ooh, yeah. If y'all want to know what that looks like, go look at the cover of that movie, The Stuff. That's pretty much... yeah.
So a lot of fun stuff. Hopefully coming next week. Hopefully we'll be able to drop that and announce that as the official thing we're starting next week.
One of those tiers is going to be a movie watch along, and at this point now I'm starting to think that watch along should be for The Stuff.
Franco... Okay, well, I misread that. So Tim Franco says, this has been a Stuff stream, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, I love that movie.
You're going to be here for a Stuff watch-along? I don't know if I want to
yeah.
do that. I'll do a La La Land watch-along easy.
You
need to watch it again.
That's going to be a sing-along. We're just going to be sitting here singing.
City of Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of fun stuff, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff.
I love the fact that these
I'm sure you do.
body melt movies have come up in the discussion, because they're movies I would love to talk about. Now I'm not going to go into details and talk about them, but
because I'm a boring person to talk about them with.
These are movies I would really like to talk about. I mean, they're really interesting, off the wall movies.
Franco says he'll come on for a Stiff watch along. He meant Stuff.
Oh, that was not a typo that you want to have. Oh my God.
A lot of hard drinks that night.
Oh, wow.
We don't cover those types of movies on this channel.
That's not this channel. Anyways.
Stuff watch along while eating peanut butter and fluff sandwich. All right.
No. Peanut butter, like the marshmallow
That's not
fluff,
what he's talking about.
I know, but marshmallow fluff, eating that while watching the stuff would be fantastic.
Oh, God. Anyway, that's going to be about time to wrap it up. We want to hit up all the promo stuff that we need to do.
Yeah, so make sure you follow us. Both of us have our Twitter, Instagram handles are below our names, right below us. So make sure you come follow us on there. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at CineFanaticsMLP. Make sure you join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/CineFanatics.
Dang it, Garth.
That's the Skin of Fanatics channel. Wow. Anyways,
Ayo.
what's Garth like participate? What group is he participating in? Because I want to know where he gets these ideas. Like improv, I guess.
Anyway, where else can you reach us?
Anyways, you can come follow us on all those channels. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Do us a huge favor. We're not getting too many subscriptions right now just because we're not pumping out much content.
Our main bread and butter came from movie trailer reactions. There's no movie trailers.
Yeah,
so.
trailer reactions and movie reviews. There are none. So we're
plateauing at the moment.
Yeah, so make sure you give us a follow, come subscribe, and all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll probably be seeing y'all again next week. Along with that is go over and check out Video Drew's channel. She's doing Cinema Bias tonight. They're talking about the triplets of Belleville. I'm going to throw it over to there because I'm the one doing the thumbnails for Cinema Bias. So go over and watch her channel and comment to her how good the thumbnails are.
Yep, and that's happening here in a minute. So guys, head over to Video Drew's channel and we will catch you guys on the next week. Roll that beautiful music footage.
As soon as I figure out how, I guess we'll do it like this. And, yep, later.
Play it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I got it. All right.
Yeah, we can play the music. The music is playing. Yes, it is. Cool. We'll see y'all next week. Laters, y'all.
See ya.